How it do, how it be, how it is, everybody. Welcome in and welcome back. I am so very excited to be getting back into this episode of Terraform. If you didn't know, we have 3 weekly streamed campaigns here on the channel: Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Last we left off, Robin, our phenomenal player, Taylor and Tracy, managed to find evidence, I guess we should say, of their long lost kin, Soren. And after managing to use the Hellhound Darko to get Ilan Ryix, one of the nobles, to safety, ventured off to continue trying to figure out how to solve these problems. Kazaric, Zito, and Sika are doing a great job at giving Robin said opportunity to sneak around, because a massive detonation has gone off and Sika is currently toast. But we'll get more into that as we go. You want to get caught up, I hear you say? Then you can head over to the YouTube and do me the solid of subscribing. And if you would like to join our community, head over to the Discord. Most importantly, we have Bingo. We're the OG Bingo squad. I've been loving watching how everyone is picking up I've been preaching the good name of Bingo all these years. And so if you want to get smooth transition, thank you, Bill. If you want to get in on the Bingo train and kind of keep tabs on the party and see if you can win bingo, there's no prizes, but there is a woo. I think there's a Patreon if you would like to further support me. It goes from anywhere to off seats at the table off stream for one shots to me sitting down with you and ghostwriting your campaign, helping you write all the stuff you need, etc., etc. And big shout out to Annie, our phenomenal mod, here to learn 5. Best being, I think that's it for me. Let me throw it over to CritBard.
What? I'm first? This is the Black History Month first. Hi, everybody. My name is Omega Jones, also known as CritBard. CritBard across all social media channels. Listen, if you go to the last 2 episodes, I've been last, and it's fine. I'm not mad at it at all, but it has happened. Either way, my pronouns are he and they, and I play Kazaric, who is our...
last.
Sure, yeah, we'll say that's what it is. I am playing an apothecary alchemist, aka a classmate by Mage Hand Press. Check it out at Mage Hand Press. It's just not sponsored. I just love them. It means I make bombs, salves, and more. But right now, I'm making love with the ground because I am at 3 hit points with some change because of life. And yeah, very excited to see what happens from here. And I'm gonna toss it to my fellow not burnt individual, but somehow still alive, Ben Brainard.
Hi, I'm Ben Brainard. I'm playing Zito Barbera, and I would just like to start by saying, go Birds!
Go Birds!
Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champions, and I will not shut up about it. You guys have 1 full year, at least, of me being just incredibly insufferable. So, go Birds! Anyway, I have stuff going on. I'm on tour right now. Austin, Texas, 2 shows this Thursday. Check those out. As for the story so far, I didn't blow up.
Woo!
But I did promise my name to a thing that isn't a fae. But he got weird about it. So we'll see what happens. Taylor.
Hi everyone, I'm Taylor and Tracy. You can find me everywhere as Taylor and Tracy. I'm the game master of Heinefall. Check us out on heinefall.com. We have 8 more events this year out of the 9 events that we have planned. Next one is coming up in about a week and a half. This upcoming next Saturday. Festival of Champions. Check it out. It's gonna be a blast. I'm playing Robin, the druid rogue. I was trying to remember rogue because I so rarely play rogue. And she thinks she's found her brother in a room of mirrors, or the reflection of her brother, and that means he's somewhere in this location. So she's going to be searching into that and trying to figure out that puzzle and what that means. And there's a sword in his chest, if I remember correctly.
Just the blade. No hills.
I doesn't make it better.
DM, I don't like that you're pointing that out again.
I'm just saying, I wonder where the hilt is.
I'm more worried about the bodily harm. And speaking of bodily harm, let's go to the one that suffered it the most, Shane.
Hi everyone, I'm Toasty. Hi everyone, I'm Shane Whalley. Nice to meet you. You can find me everywhere as Shane Whalley. I play Sika, the burnt marshmallow, and he's doing great. A bit sticky. As far as we know, ethereally, Sika is in the presence of Luminin Frequin.
You're in the
Things that look like Frequin.
things, yes.
And things that look like Frequin, and what Sika is believing to be the eldritch being of Soren. And so he is trying to communicate with them, but is having difficulties, and has believed it to be due to Fey energies.
Or maybe because you're dead, so.
That is a possibility.
I'm having an out-of-body experience.
So Sika's mortal body has died, and we are in the process to see how to get Sika back to life, and what possible deals may have to be done, what things could happen. There's all these variables out there that our insanely beautiful mind Feffers has planned. And so I'm excited to see. And I just want to say I'm so touched by everyone who felt for Sika's death. You guys are beautiful and wonderful. And I'm so happy that I was able to make a character that you connected with. And I hope that Sika sticks around. But if not, the replacement comes in will connect with you just as much. But yeah, so let's hope Sika comes back. Yeah.
We'll see. It's on the table, but it's only on the table. Last but not least, everybody, a phenomenal sponsor by Modern Artifice. Phenomenal artisanal dice. You can use the code LONGSHOT to get 10% off, and a little bit of that cut goes in my pocket as well. We're also working on a few giveaways coming down the line, as well as some Longshot dice in the works. Some interesting stuff going on over there. Do head over to Modern Artifice. I guarantee you will like what you see. I can't guarantee that. You know what? I can guarantee that. I'm being paid to sponsor. I guarantee you will like what you see. Okay. Let's get into this. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. And I found a new song just for these moments. Okay. I'm gonna turn it down a little. I'm gonna turn it down a little more. There we go. Robin, we're gonna start with you. Let's go to the
Okie dokie.
Let's go to the map.
I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map.
Making sure everyone's in the right spots. Yep, okay. What?
No, someone said something chatting, because, yeah.
Oh god! Oh god!
My poop pillow.
I hate it.
I love it. It's the best. Poop.
Poop, please.
Yes.
My emotional support deuce.
I gotta plop, plop, plop when I'm feeling comfortable.
I hate it. I celebrate you and your healthy bowel movements. Robin.
Yep.
As you know, some kind of blast went off in here, some arcane transmutation, where Soren used to be standing. You're standing about 10 feet up looking down into this room, which you can see has been changed to mirror glass all along the sides. Even the cupboard, where the cupboard meets the wall, it kind of smooths over as one piece of ongoing glass. And in the reflection, even though it is warped and because of the various shapes and stuff like that, in the reflection you see Soren the Satyr with just the blade, no hilt, just protruding from his chest. He looks to be in a certain amount of fear and alarm, but frozen, not moving within this reflection. There's a couple layers here of problems to solve. Moving about, you can see on the far side of the room, to the right, Toral Ryx, at the instruments of the spore servants. Slowly, now that the corpse has been, the word I'm gonna use is saturated.
Okay.
It's been sloughed, and now that we've have this kind of oversaturated corpse, you watch as they start pulling the corpse out and hooking it up to all these tubes, leaving the corpse to hang. And you even watch as they stitch up certain little wounds and stuff like that on the corpse. And after a few minutes, the various tubes begin to fill with red liquid, and slowly they start draining. They start tapping this keg. It looks like this room at one point was a nice den. A couple of sofas and fur rugs kind of thrown about, and some old beds. None of that seems to be in use anymore, as it has turned into a addition to the dungeon.
Okay. With how I'm looking down into it, am I looking like through a window, or is it just open and it's able for me to hop down without having to go past these?
It's open with a bit of a guardrail.
Oh, I'm just gonna hop over the guardrail.
Okay, you hop on down into the mirror area.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a wisdom save.
Okay. $14. Oh, is it a trap?
I would say
advantage.
no.
I have advantage for avoiding or resisting traps. Okay.
I would say no, because this was not made to be a trap. It's simply dangerous.
Okay, that's fine.
With a 14, you succeed, and
Sweet.
you're not sure what would have happened if you had failed.
I don't want to know.
But your feet clop, clop, down onto the floor of all the mirror, and now that you're in here, you ever see those illusion reflections where if you have the mirror set up just right, there it looks like a person or an object is just there floating?
Yeah.
It's like that. You can see
Right.
Soren now in the center before you, but you would be able to wave your hand through them.
I want to try something weird and see if it works. So my cloak is like specifically like a cloak of wallpaper, where it matches pretty much what is on the majority of the walls. Can I use a bonus action to turn my cloak into a mirrored material and then try and like step backwards through the image of Soren?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. You're not able to do so because when you step backwards, you bump into him.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I turn around. Is he there?
No. No. You turn and look, and the illusion is still there that you're able to pass your hand through, but once you use a reflective surface, you seem to bump up against the individual.
Okay.
Still frozen, sword protruding from chest.
I have my disguise self kit or my disguise kit. Am I able to maybe by taking, and I have my jeweler's kit, so I know that I have some like sparkles and stuff. Am I able to mirror my hands? Like coat them in a shiny object?
You squat down and you start opening up your disguise kit and stuff like that. Make a medicine check to try to craft a reflective paint.
22.
That'll do it. Well done.
Yeah. I rolled a 19.
Hands stained with reflections, you reach out and your heart skips a beat as you come into contact with Soren.
Am I able to... I want to try and take the sword out of him.
Okay. You go and you reach up to the blade and it's cold. It's very cold. Sika, you have the Rupert's drop, correct?
Yes.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm
From
dead. Ah.
That's wild. That's connive. That's diabolical, but that's
Thank
wild.
you.
$16.
16. Robin, you cannot remove this sword.
Can I go with my lower one?
It was a wisdom saving throw, so no. One that you didn't know you were making.
I'm gonna drink my health potion.
Okay.
How much
you're
is-
like, you're
how
like,
much is-
mhm.
Ah, I don't know what's going on
If you
here.
take the full action, it's max healing. If you use a
Okay.
bonus action, you roll.
I'll take the full action and sit here and think for 6 seconds.
That's funny.
How much is full heal?
Is it a normal health potion? Or is it a greater health potion? What are we looking at?
I don't know. What did you give me, Kazric?
I didn't give you anything.
Never mind. Maybe I wasn't one of the ones that got us a health potion.
If you have your own, totally. But I gave Zito and Sika one.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I think each of us was given just a normal, straight-up potion of healing at like pretty early on.
Yeah. I don't know what you have. Yeah,
Which
yeah,
I
but
think
if
is 4d4 plus con.
2d4 plus 2 is
reg-
a normal.
2d4
Regular
plus
potion, yeah,
2.
2d4 plus 2.
4, 8, so 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
10 HP back to your system.
Thanks. I don't really know
The
what to do.
Spore Servant regards you. Doesn't step into the mirror at all. But whereas there was a kind of vapid, thoughtless face, now seems like an intelligent person using the Spore Servant to observe you. It's at this point there is quite the detonation. There is quite the boom. And the Spore Servant loses the attention as the entity running the hive mind, the Myconid Sovereign's attention is pulled elsewhere. The Spore Servant kind of like looks around for a second, notes you, and then steps to the side and comes back, starts cleaning the mirror.
Okay. I don't like.
Yeah, I don't know. Eventually,
Go to someone else.
Try again.
As a final point, the final, the spore servant that you had communicated with a little bit, when you were told to get the food ready, eventually brings the remains of Toril to you.
Gross. Okay.
It's mostly like a red soup. Just kind of presents it to you in almost a carefree action.
Okay. I will take it.
Okay. All right. Let's head over to the rest of the party here. Rampant, last we left off, looked at you, Zito, diamonds in hand, and says, "Well, I believe we're almost out of time." Well, I believe we're almost out of time.
Heal him first, and then you can have my name.
Roll persuasion.
No, my persuasion is not good. Okay. Oh, but that roll is 18.
18. Okay.
I'm not gonna use that dice for. He did it. He gave me a 19, so he's just gonna be off to the side now.
You know, he says, as he begins the ritual of revivify. He goes, "It is an uncommon sight these days when one would give up so much for another. To be truthful with you, there was nothing I could have done with your name. I wanted to see what you would do." And he gives you a long look, and as the revivification begins to proceed, the facial expression of Rampant stutters to a stop as he realizes he is reviving a Luminen, a fellow Luminen. Sika,
Hi.
you're still in this shattered vision.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead.
Point of order that I'm sure doesn't actually affect anything. He recognized Sika was a Luminen last week.
Thank you. I mention it once again. He seems
Okay.
He seems affected by this fact.
As if just it finally like hitting him.
As the burns begin to heal. Yes. Sika. You're still in this strange vision where your vision has tunneled, but instead of darkness in the sides, everything seems to fracture. All these floating islands from the memory that you're in seems to shatter apart into symmetrical patterns, and the vision of this Luminen stands before you, and now you watch as it seems to be surprised by you and pull out light from its pocket, pure, unadulterated light, and begins to step towards you, kind of filling that space.
Is it between me and Eldritch?
The Eldritch is in your periphery.
Oh, and it's the one that I can't connect with.
Through these shattered islands, almost like almost like magnifying glasses. Beams of light pass through, forming Freaquin, who chant and strive. Go ahead and make a perception check or an arcana check at disadvantage.
$18. Perception.
Okay. You're not in your physical form.
Okay.
And you are having it's not even a near-death experience, it's a death experience. Your soul is being held here by some entity that you have the vaguest notion of. And it's struggling because of the investiture that has been warped here by the Fae, the land, the law of the land, if you will, has an authority that is interfering with this entity. And as your mind slowly is becoming more accustomed to not being bound to linearity, it's not being bound to the moment to moment, it's not being fettered by physical restraints, you begin to change. Your mind expands somewhat, even as it dissipates, even as it begins to dissipate. Make a wisdom check for me.
And that's just me adding my regular wisdom bonus for the check, right? Instead of a save?
I believe so.
Okay.
If it's checked off, you would have proficiency.
What?
If it's if you're going to your character sheet, if perception is checked off, it would mean you're proficient with it, and you would have your
Filled in black.
Thank you.
The dot next to it.
In this, not in the save and throw section? That's what I'm looking for. Make sure I'm looking in the right spot.
Let me pull up a character sheet.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No,
I've
you're
never had to do
totally
a wisdom check before.
Oh, okay. So in the top left corner, there's a. Oh, it'd be under skills. Yeah. So go to your skills, go to perception, and just use what the bonus is there for your perception.
Oh, okay, then 20.
That was worth. You learn a profound thing, and it alters you, and
Right.
you manage to retain this individual bit of revelation, and because of it, I'm going to give you a +1 to your wisdom, a permanent bonus to your wisdom stat, as you learn that light and sound in a lot of ways are the exact same thing. Every light gives off a frequency. It is simply too high for almost any for any physical mortal to hear it. And it has been moved in some circles. It has been supposed in some circles that if you were to somehow take a sound and tune it higher and higher and higher and higher to the point of ridiculousness, that sound eventually becomes light.
Connected. Okay.
This feels paramount to you, and you are able to retain it even through the pain that blossoms as you are revivified.
So I've been revivified right now?
Your eyes crack open, and you're back.
Can I do
in the
something
room.
before my eyes crack open?
Depends. What do you want to do?
Okay. So, and like total honesty, this is what I had planned. Just to know. So, you talking about this bread and butter, universe says do it. So, so because Sika was trying so hard to be able to connect with the entity, and the way that you described a few things to me made me think that the entity is trying to help me stay in this world. So I wanted to think on how I could make it feel more strong, feel more empowered in what it's doing. And so you talking about how sound and light are the same thing, and being a Luminant, who is the transformation of the light from the Freaquin, I wonder if I have an instrument with me, or if I can do it myself, if I could create an Aeolian tone in the ethereal realm that strengthens this entity and the bond to help.
I would say that you're welcome to make an attempt, especially if you had an instrument in the memory, but I don't think you would know if it had any effect.
Okay,
But let's get a performance check for funsies.
Okay, I'll be honest, I didn't think about having an instrument in the memory, but easily enough, at that time in my life, I was performing, as I did mention in the memories, and having the days off was there. So music would be known to Sika.
Okay.
Okay. So you want me to do a performance?
Yep, and I'm not going to tell you because you're not able to determine how effective it is.
Understood. 20.
A masterful performance in the astral is had in this in-between place between places. And then the pain cuts off your song and you crack your eyes open to see another Luminin squatted down next to you, next to your two friends.
That guy is like feeling the pain, but he's not, I don't believe in this moment, healed enough to be able to amplify the cracking in his burnt vocal cords or any of the muscles that feel like they're tearing at each bit when he's trying to crack. But there should be a sense that if people saw of confusion and surprise seeing this person right in front of him. And I have reclaimed my memories from this ethereal realm.
They're fuzzy, but yes.
Especially since going through what I have done, my brain would then be just trying to piece, like it'll be like flash and flash and flash at the two until the reality comes over and takes over the rest. And Sika is just trying to get breath, and with Kazaric and Zito nearby, they would hear just the wheeze of like the burnt throat come through.
How strong is Rampant?
Rampant looks to be an older gentleman.
Cool. Hopefully he can deal with being shoved. Because Kazaric runs over, moves him out the way to immediately start checking Sika. Does not care who it is. Thankful for what he's done, but mostly the fact that now that he hears something coming out, again, the potion, or actually I think he grabs the potion that Zito was trying to give to Kazaric. No, he already tried to put it in.
That's true.
He
I
takes
still
the
have one
one.
in my bag,
Yeah,
if
he
I-
takes the one he gave Sika, and like immediately, like, oh, okay.
What am I rolling?
I'm using my act. Is it? Oh, I guess I'm applying it to him, so it's not the same action. Full.
No, it's
bonus
full.
action.
No, go for it. Full action.
Full.
Give the full health.
Gotcha. 10.
Points of
It's just a lot of.
10.2.
It's just a full 6 seconds of eye contact.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah. It's like, "Ah."
if what was his name?
Rampant.
Yeah, if Rampant was knocked over, Zito would help him up.
Okay. You go over and help him up, and he looks at you appreciatively. This is a weird moment to hit because everything else has been so aggressive and flagrantly evil. Even what you have done in this room feels flagrantly evil once you fully understand the scope of searing the mind of a dragon within the egg and all that.
As I'm helping him up, I am a Goliath of my word. Zito Barbera.
Dusts himself off a little bit, has a moment where he kind of takes in the goblin, and then turns to you and goes, I'm rampant, and it has been some time since I've had the pleasure of meeting a Goliath and a goblin, and it has especially been a long time since I've seen one of my own kin. There's yelling outside. There's these next few moments of peace are important. And Rampant seems to also register the situation and the context as he looks to Kazric and says, help our friend up and come with me.
What is his vibe right now? The reason I ask is because, yes, he has revivified Sika, but he did so with wanting something himself. So did he do it out of the kindness of his own heart? Is he actually interested in Sika? Or like, what's his energy?
Insight check.
Am I naked?
No.
But my clothes burned off.
If you gotta be naked, you gotta be naked. But I'm not gonna make you naked.
No,
you
I was
know
gonna say
what I'm
because while he's being helped up Sika, just because the fashion go like mend at the same time, it's like.
Your rider cloak should be able to survive the flames.
That's true. The magical cloak is just like wrapped around you.
There you
ever
go.
wake up and you're just being like kind of suffocated by your blanket?
I just want to make sure because I'm having to mend. I just you said I burned up.
I'm crying. 18.
18. Okay, this individual did two things when he decided to help. Rampant A recognized that this was a Luminen. And then, instead of getting something from you guys, put a test at Zito's feet. False stakes. Not able to take and use Zito's name, but was willing to allow Zito to believe that to see what kind of person he was. So, in a sense, Kazric, with an 18, you've realized that the party has kind of passed a test. And while his expression is hard to read, you also heard earlier that he knew of Soren. Mentioned the one trapped in mirror glass. You also didn't see him doing a lap of the place. Go ahead.
Zito would look at you, Kazric, and give you a look. And this is the look. And what I want that look to convey is, I don't know about this man yet, but for now we can trust him until further notice. I'll roll for whatever. I don't know.
No, I think getting his own vibe and then seeing Zito, that definitely like curbs his anxiety, I guess. He's been kind of hyperventilating this entire time. I think that finally probably cools him off, and he will help Zito up. He will help Sika up as much as he can with his barely, strength that he has.
Okay.
And will help usher Sika.
Okay. As you guys are getting out, the false door on the far end opens, and many members of the Wild Hunt. You've seen soldiers. You have not seen members of the Wild Hunt yet. Come pouring out of that false wall. 5 of them. They are not armored and they are not armed. Aside from maybe whatever sword or knife they would able to scoop up from where they were. But they pour in and goes, "What in the name of the 4 winds was that?" And he's like looking at all of the burn marks, the missing dragon skeleton, and it seems like they might have just woken up. But Rampant is going to turn and say, "This is why I told you we could make use of the Ryx family, so that we don't have to have fuck-ups like this." And he's gonna roll intimidation.
Can I give him help on that? By just standing at my full posture directly behind him.
He needed it. He needed the inspo. 15. These are not leaders. These are members of the Wild Hunt, and they are and they gently float off the floor. But even the tone from Rampant causes the foremost hunter who spoke up to move backwards like an alarm. You can tell everyone over having dinner that I found someone who might be able to help with my personal ventures here. And he's going to turn and walk out.
That was Rampant?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll make sure that Kazric and Sika are also up and, like, at least leaning towards walking out the door as well.
Okay.
And I'll follow them.
Rampant steps out. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Kazric and Sika, are you guys leaving the...
You guys coming along?
Sika has hardly any conscience. He's going wherever someone's taking him.
Okay.
He's following Zito.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zito's directed you to follow Rampant. But he's busy being
Taking up the
a
rear.
large menace to society for a minute.
Gotcha. Yeah. He will follow Rampant. As long as Zito isn't like staying back trying to. As long as he's coming with too.
The one hunter is like kind of mollified, but the other 4 are kind of looking on, questioningly, threateningly, just keeping an eye on things as you guys step out. Rampant gets to this spot and yells something in Druidic. Does anyone in the current party, I know Robin's not right there, does anyone else speak Druidic?
Hi. Hello.
Kazric? Okay. Excellent.
Yes.
In Druidic, Rampant says, to the Myconid sovereign, "Everything's fine. Everything's okay. I'll be down by the Weir Way." And continues moving on. Robin, we're actually gonna run into you as Rampant moves his way down past the prison.
Okay.
Kind of taking a roundabout route for reasons that aren't specifically known. But
I do, maybe before he gets to me, I do want to try and talk to the servants.
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
I kind of just want to, like, when I'm taking it and I'm sitting there and like she spins her mind for like a little bit longer, and the servants start to move or do whatever they're doing, cleaning the glass, and she's just gonna do it like, "Hey," snaps. Just like, bring me to wherever the illusion of this man is being held, wherever the actual physical body.
Gestures the room you're in.
We'll get him
Looks
out.
at you like, get him out? Puzzled face. Starts looking about. And you're gonna watch as he goes over to this area. Oops. Goes over to the aforementioned area and comes back with a mean-looking, bone-breaking saw, and points at the and like gestures at the mirror and starts getting at an angle and starts and cracks begin to break outwards from that point.
Is there anything in Robin's history of knowing anything that says this is a bad idea?
Make a history check.
No. No. 5.
5. It doesn't feel good.
Okay.
And no fairy tales that involved mirrors ever was so
Breaking mirrors is like
solution.
bad luck.
Yeah, there's never
Okay.
been a solution of well, just break the mirror up into pieces.
She's gonna stop it. She's gonna like, no, stop. No. Away. Shoot, that didn't work.
Scampers away.
Dang it.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else
Okay.
you want to try?
Not before you guys run into me.
Well, you hear whatever would be heard by the party as they discover Hollick. As you guys are walking down the way, you hear just a fuck as the party is able to look down into the room to their right. And as you see Hollick, his if I remember correctly, he's chained to the wall, various bars across his neck and his waist and his arms, and he kind of dooms himself because his furtive motion to like hide his face and curl up facing away from the party, kind of points him out to the party.
And it's clear that like he's been like captured, not
Captured and tortured.
and tortured. Yeah, get wrecked.
Zito's gonna try to hold back his smile. And
Okay.
Renpent,
Yes.
who's this one? Just pointing down at
Well, this is the son of the local nobility, House Thorn. We discovered that you've been doing some interesting things, you and your mother, haven't you, Hollick? The ball curls tighter. Yes, you have.
Hollick.
You've been communing with the elves, haven't you? And there's a bit of a smile to Rampant's face. This one and his mother, as he gestures to the tight ball huddled on the floor, is getting ready to sell their island to the elves. We learned this from the Warforged that we took, and corresponded our fun little narrative with our fun little nobleman here. Corruption.
I've heard of the Thorns, but Never heard of Holic.
Really quickly, which island is he referring to?
This one that you're
Pardon?
on, the island of
Oh,
Pardon.
this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Must not be important enough to be written about.
Couldn't even get ransom money.
What's his ransom? 50 silver?
Rip.
Seems a little low. I'm not too familiar with this region, but is that truly what a nobleman is worth around here?
I imagine the noblemen that are worth writing about go for a bit more.
Holic seems to come to some kind of breaking point. Is going to turn and give the most pleading, hungry eyes and turn it to the party. A silent plea for help.
He's below us. Is someone like holding Sick? I can't remember. Someone like helping Sick
Yeah,
along.
Kazric has got a hold of you.
Where are we in position of looking where he is?
You can see on the map you're in kind of this rampart, like kind of on the top wall, looking down into the room. So there's a ladder that you would be able to go down into the room with. And the ladder can be pulled up to deny exit.
Yeah, I want to make sure. I want to do something.
Okay.
I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. So just give me a sec, because I was not prepared for this so early on. Just making sure I do it. There it is. Okay. So Sika's head is going to, like, if he's like resting on Kazric, it's going to just like flop to the right with a crack. His eye will look down to the person, and then through the last bit of crust from the burns, that says a devilish smirk will appear.
Okay.
As two, as silent, like he is silent. No one, unless they're paying attention, Sick will know this. Two ethereal, glittering hands will appear to him, to Holic, and start to suffocate him.
Okay.
Sika
You
just looked at camera and said, "Say Drake."
Duskbreak was a dragon, not a drake, you fuck. No,
So
Kazric.
he's bound, right? He's bound and all this stuff, right?
yeah, I think Kazric would notice that you were the source of this.
Kazric's not saying anything.
Okay.
I think watching Holic look so weak and look not weak, just look so not what he was before when he thought he held all the cards.
Sure.
Seeing him be a, for lack of a better word, a victim of his own hubris. And knowing that he had no remorse in his actions from before. The Fume believe a couple of things. But one thing they believe is that you're going to get what's coming to you. Whether that's a manifestation in a good way or this. And I think he just watches just watches. There's no expression on his face. There's no sense of care. It's just like.
So, you need to do 1 plus your Constitution modifier to count how long you have left to breathe.
1 plus con. Got it.
Well, there's 2 different ways. So if you're holding your breath, you can hold your breath for a
It's
number
just
of
the
minutes
spell I'm
equals that.
using.
Oh, it's a spell.
All right, Holic. How long do you have
So
to breathe?
suffocation is you can survive for a number of rounds equal to
1 plus your con.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first minute passes on by. Rampant seems to note. Well, Rampant's going to make an insight check. Rampant is just insightful enough to know there's more going on than what they know. And you watch as he chooses to procure a cane and take it and lean on that and the wall of the rampart to kind of rest a little bit as he watches, not with glee or anything like that, but with kind of just a gravitas, just a very heavy moment. And he has the disposition of someone who's just kind of watching in on it, you know, fly on the wall style.
I didn't know that this was going to take over a minute. Zito would have said his 50 silver and then continued to like move.
You go to move on. You
Yeah.
can move on if you like.
Is it narrow enough that
Uh,
I'm blocked by?
it would have to be a little awkward, but you can definitely be like, excuse me, pardon me, you know, like an airplane. Well,
Yeah, I don't think I would squeeze by. I think I would kind of like nudge a little bit and be like, let's go.
Just the total amount of like disdain and joy of watching him suffer is coming through like only like that part of looking down at him.
Would you like us to say bye to your mother for you? Oh,
tears.
you can't talk. Okay. And just turns.
Okay.
So what happens is whenever the time is over, you become unconscious and you can't regain hit points until you can breathe again. And then I don't know how you want to do this because he is bound and all this stuff and whatever, but he can do a strength or dexterity check against my spell save DC to have it end.
At disadvantage, he will make a strength check. First roll was a 24. The second roll, 10.
The 24 would have worked.
Minute 2 goes past as Rampant sees Zito and Kazric moving. He kind of picks himself up and gets ready to continue.
Sicka, let's go.
Yeah, Kazuk will like start to move, but like just stand in a spot where when Sika's done, he can like help him again. But he has no need to watch it.
Okay.
Who has the 50 silver again? Like I know I have money and I can do it myself, but like
Yeah, I've got.
because I kind of want to start throwing silvers at him as he suffocates.
Yeah, to that point, Zito, you had mentioned wanting to do the same thing, but I don't think you actually did.
I did not actually do it.
Okay.
At this point, I think it's pretty safe to say that I'm picking up that Sika is the one doing this.
Okay.
And I'll just lean in and go, Sika. Killing him is too nice.
You said killing him?
Yeah.
Killing him is too nice.
True. just a whispered true. He's not going. Six's intention is not to kill you. He just wants to knock you the fuck out and let you just get dealt with him.
Minute 3 passes.
How many minutes do you think I have to do this? Because I don't want to stall the party.
You're good. I mean, we got 3.5 more hours to go. 2.5 more hours to go. You know. We got
okay, so I'm gonna walk with them.
If
I'm gonna walk. I'll walk with them because I don't need to be directly in eye contact with him.
Okay, and
So.
as the party moves onwards, would cross over to here. Excuse
During
my
that-
shitty map skills.
During that 3 minutes of them watching Holic suffocate, can I try and just with my mirrored hands, instead of grabbing the sword, just grab Soren and
Okay, yeah.
Back
You
home.
take your mirrored hands and you kind of position yourself. You squat the legs a little bit, you know, to kind of, and you lift and you pull. And to your surprise, you manage to feel and kind of see, due to the strange mirrors being at weird angles, yourself pick up Soren. And it's a strange sensation because you would normally lean all the weight onto your shoulder or against you, but you don't feel that weight anywhere except your mirrored hands. So there's a moment where you go to like move them against you, and the weight seems to pass through you, and you have to like, and you kind of pull this. The only point of contact is through the mirror, through reflection. But as you pick up and lift and move, you realize you've got a hold of Soren.
Okay,
You just
great.
can't
Am
see.
I able to like just so that I can feel like more consciously in my mind that I have him, can I like move him around to the back of my mirrored cloak and do like a hold him more there as like a piggyback ride,
Yes,
kind of?
absolutely.
I can
You get
tell
more
if
of a
he's
grip and a
there.
weight, and you've got to kind of hobble a little bit, but you
Okay.
can, yes, you can feel like as if a body was being dragged along behind you by the
Okay.
the ankles, like the hooves, if you will, of the satyr kind of would be kind of clopping along behind.
Okay. I'm just gonna start being like, Darko, come back.
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
And are you able to just resummon Darko?
I am, but I wanna give adequate time for Ilin to get to safety. So when it feels like Ilin could have gotten
I got
out
you.
and away with a couple of bamps, I don't know how long that would take. I feel like it wouldn't take longer than 3 minutes, but I'll wait.
Yeah, give it a little more time just to play it safe. As you prepare yourself and catch your breath, Illuminin and the rest of the party come walking past you above, and the party would be able to see down into the bottom there. Robin, surrounded by transmuted mirror glass.
Science brain activate. He's very curious about. I'm not gonna say very curious, but I think as they walk over, one seeing Robin in this one spot, and then seeing what's around. He's like, "Who? What'd you find?"
Do we recognize Robin at this point?
I'm in disguise, but Kazric knows
do.
that it's me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think Kaz would probably be the one to like look over and then stop and like, "Oh, Robin,
Just,
Okay.
oh, hello.
what'd you find?"
What I've been looking for. And she like holds up the disgusting soup because she does not know who Rampant is.
I think he looks back and forth. Oh,
But she's also like trying very badly to do code. Like,
and oh, interesting enough, because Robin speaks Druidic, right?
yeah.
Kadric would have heard Rampant speak Druidic to the Myconic Sovereign. So in Druidic, we'll say, "He's okay, don't worry."
Back at Druid, I'd be like, are you sure?
If not, I'll blow him up. This is in Druidic, so he hears that too.
Just be like, okay, I found my brother and I would like to leave now, please. Except he has a sword in him and I don't know what to do.
Do we see brother?
You would be able to see in the reflections that unseen there's a satyr being pulled along behind Robin.
And I do I don't know, I like recognize that the mirrors here are similar to the mirrors that were in
Very similar
and stuff.
to the slag you found in the
Yeah. I'm going to reach into my pocket and pull it out and just like look at it and kind of like, adjust it to the walls a little bit to see if I can notice anything. And then occasionally like my arm will swing towards where she is and see if, anything.
Yeah, I got you. As you're doing that, Rampin says, "We didn't think to try the method you have attempted. That is quite clever." And then
Thanks.
Rupert's drop comes out, and the blade, unseen, but you would be able to feel this, Robin, seems to like kind of pick up in this kind of quick motion. Rupert's drop also would feel heavier in your hand, Sika.
Oh, because that's the hilt to the blade.
Sika
Can
is going.
someone
Alright.
fill me in on what the hell is going on here?
I have
Cadlock, how do you
vibrating.
know this servant?
Out of Druidic, just like leans over and still, at Zito's belly button. Just leans over. It's Robin.
I need that as a text tone.
It's Robin.
It's Robin. It's Robin.
Okay.
Hey, Drake.
And why do I the satyr? Is this Schrodinger's satyr?
Who's Schrodinger?
Who's Rupert?
Who's Robin?
Sika and Zito, you would recognize Soren after a minute.
Yeah, Zito has recognized Soren, but doesn't recognize the situation. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't have enough information
Yeah.
on. So
Robin would just kind of be like at a weird angle that shouldn't be possible because of the counterweight. You know what I mean? Like Michael Jackson level kind of.
yeah, it's just right now Zito's thinking if I don't know why Soren is here, so revealing that I know him and also am on the same side as him
Sure.
might not be safe. And so
Oh no, you didn't hear that. Robin said that in Druidic. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So what's the move here?
well, Rampant's last thing of we haven't tried that was that
That would have been in
Druidic as well?
common.
that wasn't common.
Yeah.
You
And what was
haven't,
he? Oh, sorry.
you haven't tried what? Someone please.
I'm attempting to get this satyr, unknown prisoner to me, out of. Because there are the
Yeah, oh yeah,
spores
oh yeah.
right there.
Oh yeah.
Out of the mirror. Because this is the last processed human food.
This individual was one of the first people to infiltrate this keep. This was a couple of months back.
Did you ever find out why?
No, we caught him, and in the combat that came after, once we were sure of our victory, that we would defeat this interloper, something happened. Gestures at the blast of transmuted glass on the walls and floor, like a solid piece of glass. And this happened as a result. Almost as if a last-ditch effort to save them. They seemed just as surprised.
Really quickly, also absolutely check chat. Really quickly, we in separate ways. Kazric knows that the Myconid Sovereign doesn't really fuck with the other people who's just there for their own reasons, in a way. Correct?
Repeat, sorry.
Sorry. With Kazric's conversation with the Myconid Sovereign, it seems like Myconid Sovereign has their own agenda, isn't like hardcore aligned with the others in this space, but has a status within this area.
Yes, and they are sharing the space.
They're sharing the space, but again, still has their own agenda within that. 2, Rampant isn't necessarily team group either. Or what do we know about Rampant right now?
You know that they're not from the Feywild, they're from here.
Yeah, they're from here.
And that's kind of it. You know that he's currently pathing towards the Weirway.
Okay.
So there's something that he knows there. He was willing to somewhat cover for you guys. To a degree,
which is what's making Kazric think that he also has his own agenda. Okay, we will come back to that once we come back.
Yeah, we're gonna go to break here with a few fun angles to chew on. We'll be right back, chat. Make sure you drink water, take your meds if you need them, etc.
Don't tell me what to do.
And we're back. So, Robin.
Yeah.
You can feel the need now that you've got Soren in hand, as it were. The desire to be gone from this place to safety
Absolutely
is palpable. It's a bit of a puzzle that you're standing in. What do you do?
I want to get to like here where like the edge of the mirrors are, like the very end where it is, and I'm kind of nervous that, you know, like if I walk past the mirror with Soren, that like that part of him will be gone for forever. So I'm just gonna take I'm gonna look in the mirror and find where one of his hands are, and I'm just gonna kind of like stick a pinky finger out past the mirrored area and then bring it back and see if
okay
still whole.
You don't you bring it back and the pinky's still there.
I'm gonna test it with the hand.
Handermans.
I'm gonna spin around and like test it with it. I'm gonna slowly move through. And do I still feel the weight when I get like part way out? So he still feels like he's on.
Yeah, you have the disquieting. This would be terror, not horror. You have the disquieting terror as you leave the reflective space that
right.
If you were to put down Soren and forget where you put them down. You might never pick them up again.
Okay. I'm holding on. I'm gonna take like his 2 arms. I'm holding on, and I'm like taking rope out, and I'm like roping as much as I can.
You can't. It's not reflective.
Dang it!
But if you want to
Okay.
do the old like mafia body in the rug with your cloak, that could work.
Yeah, it was like when I put him like put the cloak kind of outwards around and
Maybe tie the
rope it so it's like I can at least the sides, like the physical sides of his.
It feels very anime as you kind of bundle up Soren and tie off the ends of the cloak to be able to kind of almost make like a corpse backpack. But
On my tiny little not strong frame. I
yeah,
will do
you're
my
kind
best.
of wobbling on your feet a little bit as you vacate the mirrored
And really
area.
quickly, just so we're understanding, what are we seeing from our vantage point? Robin do? Is Robin like reaching into the mirror dimension to get this man, or like what exactly is happening?
Because so mirror on hands, mirrored paint is allowing her to interact with what's not there. And so it looks it looks like Robin
I'm a
is
mime.
miming in place, yeah. And affected by this. Like obviously there's a counterweight there, but only at the impact points of the hands and cloak, because those are currently reflective.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep.
There, because of the cloak's nature of it being a fabric, you could almost see the bipedal form that's being bundled up behind Robin, as the cloak kind of wraps around Soren.
Okay. Then I guess Kajic just says, we came here for some people. What are we doing?
You are briefly interrupted by the strange bird draconic creature on the other side of this wall, going. And then there is silence.
What was that? Was it at someone? Was it just making a sound? What is it doing?
Make a perception check on the doorway leading down into that courtyard.
Okay. You also mentioned draconic, not druidic. Okay, thank you. My head went to a different D.
Nice.
It'd be like that sometimes.
That is not a lot. 10.
Am I able to help since I'm with him? And I can like look.
You can also make a perception check.
Cool.
I'm behind Zito. I see nothing. I see Zito's back.
22.
It's just a whole lot of Zito. 22. The mystics are finishing their ritual, and you watch the bones underneath the flesh of Duskbreak, Hulleck's dragon, break and shift and begin to reform, and the flesh stretches, and you watch as from the chest out rips these bones and tendons follow to form the strange hands that you saw in the bird creatures, and the draconic bird-like creature kind of moves forward to look over the new kin that slowly is picking itself up off the floor.
So these are dragon turned. Oh, wait. No, it's not. Okay, those gonna be like fleshcraft or what it's called.
Yeah, the flesh was crafting.
Oh, okay. I see this, right?
You said a 20? Yeah, you saw that.
Can I do a history check or something to see if this resembles anything that I was told by Mr. Hoffyhoff about?
No check required. This resembles grafting.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't know because this is like there's like a weird tiny forest in here. So you're kind of catching bits and pieces, but the mystics have done fleshcraft here. They have just done some grafting, and you're not sure what exactly that entails. You can't see any of the ritual, you can't see any of the means, but you do know that that Duskbreak did just get up and now has little T-Rex hands as well, and it's terrifying.
Okay.
And unsettling entirely.
So I would be like, oh, this resembles the information that it was like this. So Sika, Instill is getting more and more strength back in himself. He taps with his hand, I believe Zito's nearby, taps his hand on Zito and trying to pulls him over into a whisper for us three and be like, this is the grafting. This resembles the grafting. And he's just like trying to point out there, to point like with a gesture, not a finger, but like a gesture to the bird. The hands. They're doing the thing that made the spike in your pocket.
Lot
Huh?
going on here.
Rampant.
Moving on.
We must tread lightly.
The Kraken may have been made here.
I would
Kraken,
like to be.
The beholder.
No, I'm talking about the Kraken from the bridge.
Rampant
Yeah,
comes
but
back.
also the
Rampant comes back.
beholder was
Oh.
also grafted. Yeah.
I hate to have this thought, but I fear Holic might. I don't want to say he's on our side, but he's definitely not on theirs.
He just like, does this mean we have to get him so that he's not going to be something worse later on?
Let us not be drastic. We'll find out more about why he's here and what they want with him first.
I wonder if they could graft someone who's disintegrated.
What?
It's like a random thought comes from Sika. Out loud.
Okay, I think we should move.
We should go. Yeah.
Echo, why are you all burnt?
What the hell happened to you?
Why are you holding a soup of dead person?
Cover.
We all have things happen.
Oh, I guess that's fair.
Okay. Rampant is going to continue moseying along if the party would like to do the little duckling line crawl through these ramparts.
Yeah, I'm okay. I can't move.
Just as a note, I don't know, just in case something happens, just a reminder that Kazak's still at 3 hit points. But he's tracking along.
I can't believe Sika's actually
Sika
more
was trying to
healthier
push
than
past
Kazric right now.
Well, you know.
Step over Kazric.
Kazric, do you have the map pulled up?
Yes. Oh.
Zito is shoving you.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to go. It's too much is happening. It's like, it's panning and not letting me click. Okay, there we go. Whee.
Rampant comes back.
Has
We're moving.
Now I'm like hitting Zika. Like,
Walking is very. It is all of our first days.
You want me to chew gum and walk?
yeah.
I'm getting there. He's a big satyr, okay? I am a small person.
I will say, the party does get to the point. They walk past the point that they got in from, as Rampant continues to walk on past.
So, like, we're trying to
He's going
leave, right?
downstairs. He's going downstairs to the Weirways. If we're following him, he's on a way to the Weirways, and he's definitely going downstairs because all of those soldiers looked at us super weird when we got in, and they were all making sure that we weren't going downstairs, or they were checking why we weren't coming from downstairs. But the Weirway feels like it's downstairs.
Do we want to go to the weird way?
No.
I don't think
That's
so.
a y'all call.
I want to know what's in the weird way, but if you guys don't, I'll go with the party.
It is also a fellow Luminen.
Yeah.
We can go.
I just
I'm
put out
down to
little,
go.
little tasty
But
temptations.
I just
It's
got my
job.
brother.
But
And I want
okay,
to stay.
Very true.
Before sudden secondary plot happens, it's the thing was getting people and leaving, not
Yep.
necessarily going to the weird way.
I realize this, and yeah,
We got people, and we should be leaving, right? So I think Kazak's
got-
like, are we gonna go to?
Well,
Ilan-
Stick is not
Ilan is-
leading. He's resting on Kazakh. So you're taking
Yeah,
him.
for sure.
Robin will whisper to the group, and she's gonna be like, I found Ilan and got Ilan out with Darko, so they should be outside waiting for us somewhere. And I have my brother.
it is
And I
a
don't
castle full
know.
of enemies.
How to get him from this? She gestures to nothing. To something.
It seems to
With-
me that we need two things. A way out of here that does not raise alarms. And also information.
I need to know this Luminen, but I understand the concern.
As of right now, this rampant fellow has not given us any reason to not trust him yet.
And if there's an easier way out where we don't have to go by the spore servants in the shadows.
You're right by your exit. That
Right,
one,
but
that
there
exit
were
specifically.
but
gotcha.
that exit had enemies with eyeballs.
There is the well underneath the awakened tree. There is the front door. You could argue that the weir way, in its own way,
Is an exit.
Yeah, but you'd be going somewhere.
Yeah, and we'd be leaving Ilan,
one
and
of
we'd
us
be
has
leaving
experience
Ilan
traveling.
behind.
Question.
You'd be leaving a lot behind. Yeah.
So when I first came in, I was telling you I was identifying and looking at every door, knowing where they were, what they looked like.
Yeah.
I did come through here. I went to the stables and I went right up here where I could see the door and all my stuff. So that means I would have looked at that door. Is that door open or closed?
I'm not sure which door you're referencing.
Sorry, so the door in the
front door?
square in the middle, the top middle door. If that's the main door to
front door.
leave,
That is that is a closed gate.
closed gate.
Yeah, it's not like a swing gate. It's like a big, like grid metal piece comes down with holes in it. If you know
Would you classify this as a door for me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't think he remembers what you're doing.
I have suspicions, but I'm kind of wanting to be surprised by it, if that makes sense. I have suspicions though.
Okay, so
I understand
yeah,
where we are, but I don't think now is the time to make our escape.
But guys, wait, Robin is doing like a head count. Where's Helibathea and Locke?
Okay. This is all very confusing for Kazakh.
It's an impasse.
We haven't
not-
gotten
it's-
all of the people back.
It's not an impasse. It's not an impasse. It feels like 2 or 3 sudden random paths just suddenly opened, and there's sudden interest when there wasn't. So I think he's just like, where are we going? How are we doing this? I thought he still thinks the job was to get in and get out, and now it sounds like we want more than just that. So he's just like, where are we going? Still at 3-point hit points. Where are we going?
Justified
Robin.
question.
Yeah,
You said you got Ilan out with Darko.
yeah.
Can Dargo come here and bring something to Ilan?
Yeah. Resummons Darko.
Okay, the other
I can't-
dragon rider.
Do that again.
Good to know. The other dragon rider cloak that I have,
Okay.
I'm gonna wrap the egg in it
Okay.
and then
Okay.
give that to Darko.
You go to wrap the egg, and it like shifts a little bit. The dragon inside shifts a little bit unconsciously, if you will. And you almost like.
I have a question for Taylor.
Okay.
Is the reason you can't do that for Dargo is because it's a spell slot thingy?
It's wild shape for me to summon, and it's not like a familiar where I can give directions once he's out of my distance. So I
It's got
told
limited
last I told him was to get Ilan out and to protect Ilan.
Yeah.
And now I've used my second wild shape to bring him back.
Oh, he's drinking the pee water in the toilet. Oh, he's getting into the toilet. Darko, no. Darko.
Yeah, I'll give the
What?
Never had a
egg
dog.
that's
Dog
I have
starts.
the egg that's
Two!
wrapped
You
in one of
watched
the
them.
dragon rider's cloaks. I'm gonna give that to Darko. Be like, have him bring this to Ilan, and if
So just
Ilan no longer needs him, he can come back.
Okay.
Hey, Amethyst.
so just to confirm, it's not a spell slot.
It's not a spell slot.
Okay.
Special ability, yeah. I'm gonna like hold Darko's face. I'm like, who's such a good boy. I'm gonna go bring this to Ilan. You helped before. And then you're gonna come back to Mama. Okay? Okay. Good boy. Be gentle. Egg.
Big dog, big egg. You know the thing about dogs where if you give them an egg, they'll like have this inborn nature to not like break the egg in their mouth, but like hold it gently. It's just
Yeah. Luckily, it's like grab onto cloak. Okay. Wow. Okay. Oh, that was hot. Okay. Go. Bye.
disappears.
Don't know how long that will take, but he's a fast boy. But I said be careful. So I'm imagining him. He gets out, and then he's like.
A little bit of drool. Disappears. Rampant is gonna come back. I'm sorry, was that a hellhound?
What? Yeah. Like Keswick said that he's okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Says to Sika, you run with powerful friends. Intriguing friends.
They very much are intriguing. And he like smiles like, huh?
I think they just might be people of merit, he says, looking at Zito.
He turns his head to Zeno as well, and then just nods and agrees. More than you'd ever be surprised by.
And Robin's gonna do like she hasn't really made an introduction, so she's just gonna like peek out behind Thito on the other side, just to get like a better like full by view. And she's gonna be like, "Are you gonna be our friends?"
Well, he did revive Sika.
Friend.
On that,
What do you
how
mean
are you
revive
here?
Sika?
Don't worry about that. There are no
Friend
further
is a
questions.
bit of a stretch, I think.
He is not currently our enemy.
I am not currently your enemy.
Okay. Who is currently your enemy, if that's not too personal of a question to ask? A not friend.
Oh, I try to go under the radar as best I can. Make as few
Okay.
connections as I can, so if I ever make an enemy, it's because I was sloppy and someone learned of my existence.
Oh.
Someone being
Okay.
who? Because I didn't think that you would exist.
I still don't think you exist. She goes back behind Zito.
There are not many of us. It's true. And he's gonna kind of walk a little closer to you, Sika.
Mhm.
I do not believe you are here by chance. Am I loud
Everything.
enough? I do not think you are here by chance.
Yeah, kind of just the road made itself and brought it here.
It can be like that sometimes. There's a warmth in his eyes. Why did you come? I know why the tiefling came. I can guess as to the nature of why the goblin has come here. Seems academical in nature. Goblin's like,
Fuck this place.
he's like, okay. Looks to Zito. He doesn't want to be here. But you want to be here, he says to Sika.
Yeah.
Why?
So I need to know more. I need to find more. I need more.
I am not one to let opportunity pass
I'm all
me
good.
by.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I am not one to let opportunity pass me by. However, I might just make an exception. And he's going to hand you a sending stone.
Nice.
Or
That you might contact me later.
bag of holding wall. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, why are you here?
Well, I am an expert in teleportation magics and have been brought in as a consultant on the Weir Way below. I watch after it, I move it when I need to.
Sika wants you to do an insight check on him quickly.
Just go for it.
18.
18. There was a lie in there somewhere.
How was the lie anything to do with being an expert on the teleportation?
No, it had something to do with intention. Not there's everything he said implies that he's in control.
Okay.
But there's a little bit suggesting in his tone, in his posture, that he is not necessarily in full control of the narrative around him.
He wants it to be.
Well, maybe. He doesn't strike you as
Sika.
greedy for power.
He doesn't.
He does not.
So he has a motive to try and make something. Okay. So him saying he's an expert on teleportation, something just pieces and pieces, just step on step, and he leans a bit forward and says, "Interstellar teleportation?"
Where did you learn that word, Jessica? He's smiling.
Sika's not hasn't like no, I just want to let you know, thinking about the block is not in him at all right now. He's just gonna be like, I have been on the road for a long time. I have found my research. I have found places and ripped away from them and pieced together what I could piece together. And this is the one thing that has stuck deeply in my heart. I just need to know more.
Emotionally driven. Well, if you're not in too much of a hurry, I'll be downstairs. And he's gonna turn and walk away.
But I can't get down there.
He was leading you there.
Okay.
And it's safe to say that, he would point at you and say something to the soldiers.
Sika looks to the others in hopes they'd be okay with continuing on.
Robin's gonna come up behind Kazric and offer a little holding on. She's gonna offer a little pat on the back, and she's like, I believe everything will be okay wherever we go. And I'm casting Cure Wounds.
Yay!
Also, thank you for the HP, chat. That was the most sideways glance I've ever seen CB make. If it helps, it was randomized and it landed on me.
15
Right.
HP to you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I know it's not a lot, but it's something.
It's okay.
Now, based off of what we know about this place, about the people that we found here, and what we know about trying to get out, I think it would, for the time being, behoove us to continue following Ramman, at least until we learn more about how we can get out safely. And, mind you, we have no fucking idea where Helibathay and Locke are right now.
You don't want to leave them here.
Give one moment. From where after walking, could we walk through this area, or whatever? Can I click? Is there a ping?
Yes.
Yes.
Hit
Point
X.
and ping.
Wait. What?
Yeah,
I
you
saw
can
it.
click and it'll
There it
is.
ping. If
me.
you hold the click down, it'll stay, and you can draw around with it.
Oh. Okay, sure.
Cool.
I see. We entered somewhere in this area, right? Oh, we went through here.
Yes. You went up. You open around. This is a stable, and this is a like a forge. Or,
Yeah, and
or an
which
oven.
How did we initially get into this area?
You
There
went
was
up
a
and
secret,
around.
there was a
this
secret
way.
door here. We
Oh,
came
right
up
there.
where
Yeah.
these guys were, and then we came in a secret door that was here.
Secret
It
door
was
here,
either
and then we went up here, and then
Yeah.
this leads you all the way up here.
Yep.
Or you
Yeah.
can go through here that leads you into the back area.
Yeah.
Here.
Thank you. I just wanted to just confirm the pathway. Kazakh, as he gets that healing, knowing that Helvetia and Locke are somewhere. Oh my God! Can I please scan? Is going to just say, give me a moment, and because we all definitely still look like Faye too, and he has a understanding with the spore servants. So
There is
he's
one
gonna-
directly next to you guys that you guys have been having this conversation next to this whole time.
yeah. Actually, he's gonna look at the spore servant and look at him, but clearly he's not talking to the spore servant. And he says,
I whispered that I got ill and out.
Okay.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're
My
good.
brain just went.
"You're good." He's gonna look directly to the spore servant and start talking to the spore servant and say, "There are two that came with me. One's tall, because is Helvetia an elf?
Yep.
Yeah. Tall elf lady and small, not elf person who probably looks confused.
Check.
Have you seen them? Can you get them over here, please? Thank you."
The one you call Helivathaea is currently speaking to our dinner guest.
Oh no.
I have not seen
Oh.
hide or Whoa.
Sorry.
I have
The
not
dinner
seen...
time bell.
And a bomb goes off. The
That's a new button.
sun's here, everybody.
I thought I was on pan mode.
You're
and,
good.
Turns out I was on nuclear option.
Oh, no, the sun's here, and I'm just thinking about that one guards be like, "What's it doing now?"
Where am I? What does it mean?
I have not seen any of a second friend of yours.
You see the spore servant kind of pan across and look at the party to do the number count. Going to make an perception check, and we're gonna see if Robin, you're A, hiding, B, very subtle with what you're doing because it's not able to be seen. You just have a strange like wrap on and you're yeah, it's a little odd. So this is a pretty high roll. I'm gonna set the DC to 22.
And if it's been an hour, or within that hour it passed without trace, we still have higher stealth.
Okay.
The elf lady who came here with you is seemingly trying to convince Tawny Day of something. I don't speak the language.
I might, if you, cause I share, we are now sharing spores. It's like, could you, is there a way that you can like, we can like triangulate and like, if I can hear it, then maybe I could, I can, translate it?
As an aside, do you trust your friends? I could include them.
Oh yeah.
Would including them mean putting spores within them too?
Likely. So that's an interesting conundrum, actually.
Uh-oh.
What does it mean if there's spores around?
It's a good question.
But he wouldn't subject them to, nor would he ask them.
Okay. So
No.
your mind, you feel it being pulled into the hive mind collective. You can choose to fail your saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's willing to experiment on himself, but not on... He did, yeah.
Sure.
That's just, yeah.
Hell of
The
a
first
thing.
thing you did was experiment on me.
True. But it was his experiment, not someone else's.
And now he cares about you. You've grown a rapport, maybe. Okay. You get both perspectives of both servants that are in this conversation. Helivethea stands before the dinner guests. Archdruid Eviosa, Lord Tonyday, the head of the Mystics, the head of the Hunters, and the Minotaur bodyguard looms.
And just to say out loud, I speak Druidic, Elvish, and Sylvan, which is something each of them can speak in there. So I will hear what's being said.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
And if need be, I speak tree. Cause I got the language from the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
It's amazing.
Tree.
Okay. Helivethea looks with an imploring face to the bemused Lord Tonyday and the expressionless Eviosa. Eviosa even has turned her back to Helivethea. And actually a bit of a twist there, begins to put I'm so sorry. Backing up. Helivethea seems particularly engrossed. But Lord Tonyday looks flippant and dismissive. Please. We are your kin. We share a bloodline. We are descendants from you. You are quite literally our ancestors, the starting seam of an entire nation of people that have grown here. The tyrant King Barst 100 years ago could not touch us. House Rot built a wall spanning across the entire continent, just in fear of us. They invaded us, and we ruined them. They cannot attest or account for our moving, living cities of trees. We love nature. Eviosa winces at that part. And Lord Tonyday of the Wild Hunt seems to pounce upon that, and he goes, was it your love of nature that caused you to start changing yourselves? Was it your love of nature that caused you all to muzzle your entire aristocracy? Was it your love of nature that you have all changed yourself into Leshen? You come before me, watered down. You come before me, and all I see is an echo. You are squalor. You don't seem to understand, and he's gonna kind of stand up and goes, you're more water than blood. You're more human than you are fae. I've come here for crystals. These strange stones that have only been able to come about due to the specific circumstances that have happened here. And I've learned of those circumstances. And I know that these crystals are finite. They are not long for this world. The only thing useful in this world has a fuse. And you come before me and talk of family and kin. Looks to the Minotaur. You are not living in the era where might and strength dictate. We are in the land and the age of the arcane and of the clever. And as they speak, Helivethea takes a single back step as all of the moisture and liquid is forcibly drained from this Minotaur in the span of 6 seconds. Knees, floor. puddle.
Really quickly, just for understanding, Helvetia is an elf.
Speaking on behalf of the elves.
Speaking on behalf of the elves are watered down variants of the Fae.
Yeah, essentially, just because you claim to be of Fae ancestry does not mean I give a single shit about you.
Yeah. Is it known that the elves are connected to the Fae? Okay.
Fae ancestry is kind of a known thing about elves.
Okay. I just wanted to make
Kind of like how tiefling ancestry is a known thing for
and House Rot built a wall against the elves or the Fae?
the elves.
All right. I was writing down outside of erasing because I was like,
good.
wait, which one is which? Thank you. I need you the arcane and cleverest. Cool. More. Okay. So I guess what I want to see out of this conversation, out of what just happened, is Helvetia trying to plead with Tawny Day to like let her be a part of the group, or like she's arguing about being Fae or being a part of them, but like what does she actually want out of that conversation?
Judging by previous conversations that you've had as well,
Yeah.
Helvetia went into this conversation to learn about the Fae and then bring that information to the elves, so the elves would approach this island war differently. But she's quickly been put on the back pedal when she's at this point arguing for relevancy in her life.
Gotcha. This seems almost what's what I'm looking for? Desperate? In a way?
This Helvetia has bit off way more than she can chew.
Has she mentioned our group at all?
Not to your knowledge.
Okay. Okay.
Her hands go up. Please, I am not a fighter. I am not here for any kind of violence or any personal gain. Eviosa, who has her own slew of alliances that do include the elves, turns and goes, Lord Tonyday, being a djinn, I can understand where you're coming from and your perspective. I don't believe I asked for your input on this matter.
Oof.
You are as unwelcome as the puddle on that ground. Eviosa looks to her, compatriot, and it seems to finally be driven home that through the wild hunt, she will not be allowed or able in any way to enter the Feywild.
Which is what she wants, yeah.
Which is what she wants. And you see a resignation and a heartlessness come over her. And she sits. She sits back and with a sigh goes, You have been entirely unhelpful, my lord. And you've been wasting my time. You bring me 5 crystals, only for me to find out that there's hundreds of them amongst the aristocracy. The criminal underworld has more crystals at their beck and call than you do. You are small. And your time's up. Excuse me? I think it's time you left. We had an agreement. Aye, we did. For once, I find I don't care. And he's going to casually lift the table out of the way and step up to loom down over Lady Eviosa. You came to me with humility and your hat in your hand. It's not easy for one of your nature. So I'm gonna let you walk away. You're welcome. And the look that pierces down into this woman causes Hellevathea to turn and cast teleportation so that she can run. The mystic counterspells. As spores begin to froth from the Minotaur's mouth. What's the rest of the party doing?
Oh, I hate that.
Sika's still looking out the window at the grafting. Because he has no idea what's going on.
Okay. You take a glance. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't know what Kazric looks like during all of this.
I was gonna say Robin thinks she broke Kazric.
I think it's
You just
vague.
moved Holic. I don't like that.
I think you all see. I might say has Kazric. Definitely like get very intently still. And probably if you look at his eyes, you probably see like things floating through it. Maybe.
Gross.
I'm
here for it.
Eyeballs.
But he made a very deliberate point to talk to the spore servant, got answers back, and then probably even like grabbed arms or something, and is just now intently doing like out. So you can tell that he is somewhere, and he did this himself.
Okay.
It didn't seem like he was coerced.
Seems intentional.
Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Is question actually, is he technically in like a dream state?
No, not a dream.
Okay.
I would say this is a vision, or his consciousness has been plugged into the hive mind.
I will say though, I mean, obviously we get to what's happening during the sequence, but once he sees Hellevathea's teleportation gets counterspelled, he would come back.
Then
and be
let's just join up here as a whole. Your eyes snap back.
Yeah.
Sika is looking towards the grafted. Holic has been dragged out into the courtyard.
Oof.
He looks up at Duskbreak.
So Hellevathea's talking to. Sorry, I was looking through the spores. Hellevathea is talking to the big people, and I think it might be in trouble.
I have the soup.
Oh right. I'm like, what?
We can bring it to them.
It's Toril! It's Toril Ryix!
I didn't say that.
Welcome to the
I
shit
don't
show!
Taste of dragon.
Welcome to the
Also
most-
have
Welcome to some
an
fucked up shit.
invisible. You also have an invisible payload.
I wasn't suggesting I'd bring the soup. I was suggesting somebody who could help Hellevathea bring them the soup. Just looking up.
I don't think any of us can.
Take us to engrossed by what's going on outside.
Sika, you know.
Robin believes Zito can help anybody.
Nice. You know,
You're big and strong.
that hour is about up. And you guys, if you don't do anything, are going to start registering as people, not Fae, as humanoids, not Fae.
No, the Fae is 8 hours. The pass
mine's
without
8 hour.
trace is pass without trace is the 1 hour.
All right. Not as
No,
fun, but the
the-
pass without trace is going to wear off soon.
That's fine.
And also the polymorph on Knob.
It's a good point.
Oh yeah.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
So I see Hollick being dragged out. Is he conscious?
Yeah.
Is he in pain?
In so many ways.
Okay. While he's staring out the window, he doesn't know who exactly is to the back right of him. But he is just going to reach his hand out and try and like grab someone's sleeve and hopefully one of his friends tug them to come look over at them.
Hazard.
Come here.
Looks over and just, oh,
The party sees.
I don't.
The dragon turned into a beast, and Hollick is writhing in front of it. Sika is gonna okay. Just so I know where my mind is in this point, does Sika know, because he was burnt? Does Sika know that the brain of the brass was steered away? Because he was technically dead, so I don't think he would.
I don't think so. I think.
Okay.
I don't think either of you know.
No one knows. It just happened.
Yeah.
We were not giving information.
Yeah.
We did not obtain that information.
Yeah. You don't.
Okay, so we have no idea.
You guys
Cool.
don't know.
I just
what the
wanted to
fuck
make-
you did.
I just wanted to make sure. I was
you
like,
know,
okay. I was like, oh. I would love, if it's okay, to do a history check to see if I may know the stories of how riders are created. In this sense,
You would not know this. It
I
is
would
a
not. Okay.
tightly kept secret.
Okay.
Amongst House Ryx.
okay.
No.
Cool. Okay, so then I just, I definitely am just curious. I'm watching to see while I'm out there and just keeping an eye. And hopefully, the party is saying like, this is grafting. This is something. And are they going to make him become the dragon? Are they going to make this a fairy dragon ride?
I think because Kazakh won a Sika grab, you will see like Kazakh like jerks his arm away and just Hevalathea's in trouble. Respectfully, I don't give a shit about Colic. And gonna figure out how to get
But what if they're going to
Hevalathea.
come kill us?
Darko.
Well, he's already dead, so we can not worry.
He's alive.
Well,
Right there.
As far as Kazakh cares,
Oh, I
that's the
see, I
dead
see.
man walking. Yeah, he grafting does not intrigue him. Hollick being carried over does not intrigue him. He's appreciative of it, but not like that's not his focus right now.
It's safe to say the whole party sees Hollick, or
Yeah.
is able to.
Okay, well, I'm just going to keep watching because this is interesting to Sika.
For sure.
Give me the soup.
Here's the soup. Also, boom. Darko's back.
Great. I have a weird, I have a growing sensation that shit is about to meet the fan. And if we're not careful here, and by careful I mean we need to go find Rampant and get down those stairs, I will get Hevalathea.
You want to take Darko?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not telling you that you must leave here without
Tony Day
telling you
is
that.
powerful. He's old.
I will tread lightly.
And just
Just
use
gonna-
Darko to teleport out if you need.
Gonna stick a flashbang in Zito's pocket.
Tucked in the front pocket.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
literally probably like climbs up you a little bit because he's so short. Boop, he climbs down. I will get rid of one of my flashbangs.
Zito. Oh, there's a tooth in here.
The
Ew.
Zudo's well aware that they are cannibals at this point. He's already been offered. And he's just kind of like, ugh.
At least it's not Southwest Beans and Chili MRE.
Are you still wearing the Draconic Ritual cloak?
I never had that on.
Okay.
Stick, I guess, still would.
Still would?
Yeah.
So,
If
we
I
should have
die
mentioned
again,
this.
I swear to God.
We should have mentioned this at the beginning of the episode. Screaming in your head. Dragons, many of them, would have been singing, but once you left that sanctuary, it would have returned to its screaming. The screaming near this House Ryek's made soup, it abates.
Abates?
Yeah, the screaming stops.
Oh. Oh God, do I have to drink the soup? Oh God.
Oh no! Sorry, not to tell you what to do or nothing, but that was not my intent.
Okay, thank you. They're gonna become cannibalistic from you just for a minute.
I don't know if anyone's ever eaten people on Longshot intentionally.
Giving me ideas.
Oh, God.
Okay, so it's gone.
Yeah, the screaming stops. Once you got to Robin, the screaming would have stopped. Zito.
I don't know what to freaking do with this.
Tooth. No, I'm kind of just giving you more experience, more
okay.
more sensations, and more story. It as an aside, just as a DM, it is difficult to make everything meaningful.
I understand.
Yeah, but you should. I'm trying. Like the DM should
I
try
get what
to,
you're
but
doing.
it's not
I'm just like,
always
I
gonna
literally
be.
just, I'm just like, that way I said, do I have to drink the soup? Like, that's where I went. I'm like,
I have to drink the soup. But
okay.
Sorry, that's just kind of tooth in the soup. Actually, let's grab second break. This is a good spot, I think.
Okay.
This is a good spot to grab second break. Lots of options.
Go get your soup, everyone.
Now I want.
And we're back. Okay.
The world's on fire.
No!
You do note that the ritual with Holic begins. Likely this is something that would take a while because they've been doing stuff to Duskbreak's corpse this entire time that you guys have been here. Holic is staring down. Not death, but a very fucked up eternity. Anyway, if you guys want to head towards Rampant, you would head down this pathway. If you guys want to head up to Helivethea, you head down the same pathway but head up north, or you can cut through the courtyard. If you guys want to dip out, then you're right next to it with those two red lines there. I'm curious to see how you guys play it out.
Dick is gonna start making his way after, there's really not much more I can see watching this thing happen with Holic, right? He's staring into eternity. They're probably gonna do another ritual, but it's taking time. So he's gonna see that it's just stalled, but it's gonna be in his head. He's gonna make his way to Rampant.
Okay.
Zito will take the soup and just start walking up the hallway toward Helivethea.
Does it get louder? Does it get louder when it goes away?
Yes.
Stop!
Go ahead and move your characters to where you are.
Well, I guess here. I don't want to be in there yelling yet. Oh, you're already gone. Okay.
Yeah, I was moving up the hallway.
I thought I was stopping us there before we got too far.
Him going up the hallway like that is what would proc you to notice that the screams
okay.
are lessening.
So, are increasing or lessening?
Lessening. Sorry, increasing. Sorry.
So Sika's gonna stop and make his way up. He's like, Can I hold the bowl? You'd be seeing a very panicked Sika, by the way.
Are you going to eat it?
No.
Okay, then. And you're not the one that licks stuff, so sure.
So he holds it. He's gonna hold the bowl, and just like fearfully holding the bowl. Does anything happen when he's holding the bowl? Other than the silence?
Blessed silence.
Oh, maybe.
Catcher, can I get a vial?
What?
Do you have a vial?
Yes.
In a hushed tone to Zito and to Kazaric if they're nearby. Kazaric, are you with us, like up on the thing?
I think he will come up.
Okay. He's gonna be like, when I'm holding the bowl, I don't hear screaming. But when you walked away, I heard very loud screaming. I don't want screaming.
Do you want to just take off the cloak?
Yeah, if you just take off the cloak.
But I don't... This seems important.
I'm gonna be so real.
Remember, he's going through a bit of PTSD with this because he just died to all this. So that's why he's unsettled.
Be so real.
I don't think Kazar gives you a vial. He looks and goes, he is thinking about what his mother would do with someone's viscera and blood and things.
It does almost look like chili.
And that's disgusting. And unless it's explained, he's thinking some necromantic stuff, which is antithetical to what Kazaric wants. So he's like, I don't think we need blood.
I don't... Two things. One, this goes away and gets eaten by someone else, and then whatever happens, something grandiose would happen more. Or two, I could somehow keep this and properly bury the remains of a friend.
Is keeping that cloak important to you? I'm asking, I don't know.
I'm worried that if we give this up, something worse may happen to something else. And like he's trying to panic, his hands are like getting close, like playing with himself. He's trying to figure out a way to feel safe in a sense where when there was noise, he died. The silence sounds good. and so he's just trying to fight through this right now. And
I think the panic mixed with knowing that Tika just came back from death, he is still like, this is some shit. Not really caring about the why at this point, but if this is going to make the panic attack go down, you can tell he is not like this. But he will take out a little vial.
Yeah, because if not, he was going to put it in his water jug. Because he just wanted to be more respectful than that.
This is gonna.
And with that, he's gonna he takes it and he will very delicately and respectfully pour the plop into the vial as much as he can, and then holster it and gently place it into his bag of holding, while also taking off the screaming and putting it in there, and just okay.
Please, that goes into the ground at some point.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. I don't want someone to eat it. Him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like Sika knew this person that was now bullified, and so it's just. He feels better.
Okay.
May I have the bowl back?
Oh yes, and just like toss it and starts walking towards Rampant Scott.
It's empty now?
No.
No, there should still be some in there.
I would assume he just took a little bit
Yeah.
of, not the whole, because that would make giving
Okay.
the bowl to them make no sense.
Sorry, I thought I had the whole thing. So before he knows if it's silent or not, he's going to still have that cloak on while he walks away from the other part of it. Before he knows that the screaming's gone.
So you emptied the entire bowl into a vial.
That's what I was thinking. I didn't know how much.
I thought you were just taking a little bit of it to keep.
No, I
because-
was wanting to bury the remains and not feed it to someone.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, above board, it feels like the spirit or essence of this dragon is connecting to the dragon cloak. This is why, while it's away, it feels unsatiated or worried or whatever. So I thought you were
Religion
taking a
check.
sample of it. Okay.
But it's not a dragon, it's a person.
It's a dragon
rider.
priest, of House
Dragon- yeah,
Ryax.
Yeah. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, sorry.
Got
You're
it.
Oh, okay.
I was
23.
I was like, it's not Duskbreaker's goop.
23. It is responding to the vicinity of the individual.
Because
And
that's their cloak, right?
yes, it is their cloak.
It would be like it's just like a radar to find where that person is and was, and we could have worn it to walk around the castle to get closer to the person.
One of the many
That's-
uses. That's how Zito ended up getting to the
Yeah.
sanctuary.
Yeah.
Okay. So, with that knowledge, are we just, again, another confusing point. Are we giving Bowl, we were using Bowl to get closer up to potentially get Helavathea.
To pass the shadow
Right.
that guards the door.
Could bring a different bowl of food, bowl of person. They've got
Could.
storage of all sorts
Yeah.
of nonsense.
Okay.
Sorry for all this.
You're
honestly.
totally fine.
No.
Hey,
I think we never gets like, okay, we're
it's
bringing
good,
it together.
It's good to. Sometimes you gotta get yourself all ironed out. You know what I mean? It's all good. To the north of the party, in one of those rooms, is a storage of people food.
The things that I saw.
Yeah, with the blood bags and the needles. Could bring that.
And Sika didn't explain that to people yet. That he saw that, as far as I remember. So, thank you for reminding me. So Sika's gonna be like, if you're going to go up to them, the second door up here on the left is where they may have, and he like solemnly goes like, spares.
Where do you step up?
If they walk up, he was just telling them the room, like the.
You would be able to step up and find it and take it.
Here. Yeah, here.
You would be able to step up, find it, take it, use it,
Take it, use it, do the stuff, fill up the bowl, give
twist
them back
it,
the
bop it, pour it.
Got it. Cool. He gives you back the bowl. Yeah. And so cool.
Excellent. Okay.
Oh man, I hope Helavathea isn't in any trouble or anything.
Yeah.
All right.
I was like, Robin
Zito.
Halves wants to be like, I think she's dead by now, Zito. Just come with us.
Darko and Zito step up here, and you step that way. Is everyone else heading down towards Rampant?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Zito is planning on meeting us down, coming back, then
Okay.
Yeah, he hates it, hates splitting the party yet again, but
Okay.
will follow rampant. Zito, you know that the flashbang can eliminate someone's reaction if you need to get away. Hopefully you don't need it, but...
So... You step in. The Minotaur is crumpled on the ground. Eviosa has stepped away.
Oh, like stepped out.
Yep. Lord Tony
But Helifay is still there.
Yes, Helivethea is now sitting quietly across the table from Lord Tonyday. There's a big ol' stain on the floor next to you where the Minotaur was. They're eating. The mystic, the huntress. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I was just gonna knock on the door.
One of the spore servants would step up, take the food from you, and begin delivering it. You watch as the IV bag is placed on the table, and Helivathea's back is to you, but she is straining against what might be a hold person spell as the spore servant begins to ready the needle to feed to Helivathea.
Okay, yeah, I'll step in and say, forgive my intrusion. I am unfamiliar with your customs as far as speaking freely.
Helivathea pointedly doesn't react at the sound of your voice. Lord Tonyday looks up. My word, you're a big one.
That is what they tell me.
Well, come on in. Say your piece, big man. Lords, look at the size of them. Lords and ladies.
Sir. Is that... I know the rules. Person in charge. Wanted to extend my gratitude for allowing us into your fort or castle or whatever it is that you
Did I?
call this place. Well, that was the impression that I was under.
And?
We've been, it has come to my attention that, this wizard, this elf, was in our party and got separated. And I simply came looking for her. But I understand it is customary often to bring a gift, which is why I asked the servant who is carrying that bowl if I could bring that bowl in with me.
You've given your gift, big man. I'll hear you out.
I don't understand the current situation. Is our elf allowed to
Our
rejoin?
elf friend has overstepped.
Wonderful. She is very inquisitive.
She is that, I.
I don't know. I kind of do more of the punching than the questioning, you know.
Oh, are ya? He's gonna sit back and look you up and down. And you have need of this one. Can't help but notice that, you're not an elf. Everything I've been hearing about these folk here, watered down bastards that you are, is that, they tend to stick to themselves. How do you come into the mix? How does she come into your mix?
Oh. I actually have found in my travels of this land that most of the time I run into an older person. They tell me to go back to where I'm from. And also, I have not seen very many elves. So, I am inclined to believe that what she says of the elves sticking to themselves is probably true.
Actually, that's just the aristocracy. She says through, like, clenched teeth.
Okay, so the aristocracy keep to themselves. I suppose.
Tell you what, big man. You can have this one back. But there's a certain individual that has eluded me. Think you could see to it. You wouldn't be able to not if you said I. Big smile. Yeah, Jordan gets it.
I am not yet saying yes, but first I want to clarify that you are asking me to do you a favor.
In exchange for a favor.
And I have your word that we are even.
On my name.
Tentative, yes, but I want to know how large this person is, physically.
Oh, he's not as big as you, big man. He's not as big as
rarely.
you. Also, well, no, never mind. His name is Lord Braylor. He runs the city on the bridge, just off the coast. He's been a bit of a unforeseen hiccup. We sent a few creatures. A kraken. And a shade. And he has just not been having it.
In his defense, I don't know many people who would be having it, per se, if a kraken were sent their way.
I think you might be up to the task, big man. So I think let's send something that can think at him. See what it does. Can't send one of my own wee folk, you understand. Wouldn't be possible.
I just need to capture him.
I need you to put him in the ground. I don't need him breathing. I need him dead.
Put him in the ground. No breathing. Dead.
Aye.
Pulls out notebook. Now, I don't have much experience dealing with fate. Is it in that order, or is it just kind of?
Rarely in your world does intent matter. Rarely in my world does it not.
I'll do it in this order, I suppose.
Okay then.
Bury, no breathing, dead.
Yeah, was that put him in the ground? That's not buried, but okay.
Oh, yes, put him in the ground. Put him in the ground.
Which will be
no breathing.
tricky. He's on a bridge in the ocean.
Yeah, I'll have to get him off the bridge, of course.
And if I find that this man has been able to come back from said intervention, there would be repercussions. Long-lasting repercussions. So if you put him down, he's got to stay down. You notice, Zito, something that CV has noticed. There's a loophole here, and I will need you to make a performance check or a persuasion check.
They're both -1 for me, dog.
I'm sorry.
Have you used your heroic yet? Because you may still have a heroic.
Yeah, I already used my heroic.
Yeah.
And no, you don't have to apologize. Ben also noticed that was going on.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to let CB be able to sleep tonight.
Shit.
I'm
adding
like,
shit, and I'm like, no, you can't add nothing. No, I'm gonna add some on my end.
This Fae is being weaselly.
He hasn't added a thing that I know to add yet. Oh, I still got a way out. I ain't gonna say it though.
Ooh, someone gave you inspiration to chat to. Been silent.
Persuasion or performance? Really? Look at his face. He's so happy.
That's a nat 20
Oh my God. Let's go.
Hey!
for a 19.
Plus the inspiration that they gave you in chat, whatever that is, a D6, D4.
I know I'm not
Inspo
re-rolling that.
is advantage.
Oh,
Inspo
it's
from
an
chat
advantage.
is advantage, yeah.
Oh no, F that. Keep it.
You can't get higher than a nat
Setting
20.
the die off to the side, so I won't be rolling that one again for the session.
Just dip it in epoxy resin. It's served its purpose. It's done. He smiles with a look that says, I've tricked the big dumb musclehead. I've tricked the meat shield. But doesn't seem to notice the cunning in your eyes. As Darko starts sniffing the puddle. And you'll see to it. Aye?
It just, finding someone, killing them, burying them, 1,000,000 times. Sticking around and there's a lot of weird magic that goes into things.
I've heard
particular part.
I've heard ash and dust can be pretty finite. Or you could always eat them. That does a good job of getting rid of all the bits and pieces, doesn't it?
have you never worried about what if if that part isn't finite? Like, what if they are brought back to life? Like, you've already eaten them. Is there not a part of you that's like, oh, whoa?
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Whoa, whoa.
The other text tone right there. Oh, whoa. You show your youth. We know what happens. We've been eating people for a long time. All right, Helivethea. It's in his hands now, your life. You think he'll choose? Helivethea kind of just goes to look in your eyes, and then finds that she can look you in the eye imploringly.
All right.
Maybe the
And-
most irreverent yes I've ever heard, but it'll do.
And of course, if Helivethea were to die preemptively, that would be your name.
If I don't strike her down, we're square. Nice try, though. See, he might have just killed you. She does not look you in the eye anymore. Why don't you run along with your watered down bastard? As tempting of a fucking meal you would be. It'd take me forever to eat all of you.
All the flavors and the fat. I can't imagine you'd have fun eating me.
I'd say not. I'm actually inclined to agree with you. Off you go, Helivethea. Helivethea stands and suppresses a curtsy and quickly turns and walks away, and Darko is eating the rug.
Don't do that.
All right.
Your own shit if I let you.
Bye, big man. All right. Sika, Kazric, Robin.
Hoy hoy.
Stepping down into why my music decided to not. You step down this massive spiral staircase. Echoey. A dim blue-white light grows and grows as you descend until you find an open cavern hewn by hand from the stone. You're reminded, Robin, of Task, the mortician from back in the capital. Similar stone shaping here, similar magics.
I think Task was my.
Everyone came back to meet him after your first
right, okay.
encounter.
That's my friend.
And kind of unceremoniously, the weird way, this massive blue-white door that is open, this portal of swirling blues and whites is just laid out on the floor. And you can sense this door You can sense this overwhelmingly sweet, arcane presence as the winds from the Feywild intermingle with the winds from this plane. A standing desk to one side. Rampant is writing a few things down and looks up. Ah, excellent. Isn't it beautiful?
Gorgeous.
I think C.
It's very pretty. She's tired from the stairs.
Crying.
A mental push of a stool moves over to Robin. We have to use quiet tones here. Because the suffering of the entity that is this doorway is abated by blissful sleep. And we not need wake it. It need not suffer.
Wait, the Weirway is alive?
The Weirway is a kind of entity, eldritch in nature, maybe.
What?
Maybe celestial, I have not yet determined, though I've found the Weirways are sometimes different types of creatures, but yes, they have been changed, forced to manifest in the physical realm in this shape, by who I know not yet, though I do know the Stormfather, may he rest in peace, shut these doors, put them permanently to sleep, until recently.
Recently?
When the Weirways opened, they woke up.
I thought the Stormfather was gone.
Indeed, someone opened them.
You know who?
Not yet.
So when looking at this thing, you have the swirling portal, stuff of that sort. We're in a hushed tone. Is it like when I look at this thing, I can see like what is holding the portal open?
Yeah, like a big door frame made of stone. And then inside said door frame is the blue flat plane of this portal,
Is
of
it
this gate.
horizontal or vertical?
It is lying flat on the floor, so you could like jump in and suddenly be falling sideways, you know what I mean? Maybe.
So Sika is gonna go up to it, and I hope this works. I'm pretty sure other people have done this too, but he wants to touch lightly the sides of the door, not the portal. And he's going to identify.
Careful.
Hmm.
Careful.
Oh,
Gen-
before he touches the door.
Gently.
Okay. He's like,
identify. Okay. May I introduce you to? Sorry, give me a second. Heinzel.
Oops.
Heinzel. This entity is known as Heinzel.
Okay.
Can you?
Heinsil.
Okay. Notes.
Okay.
It's exactly what it says. In this case, it is eldritch in nature, and it is, to say it's old would imply it is in any way begotten by time. And it is slumbering. You can sense the, well, you don't sense anything, you just cast identify. Slumbering eldritch entity manifesting in the physical realm as a Weirway portal to the Feywild. That's what Heinzel is.
And it is connected on both sides.
No, this is a specific entity that is here in this plane.
So the other side is a different entity. Ooh.
It's not one-to-one.
Ooh.
It's more complicated than that. But we don't have time to get into all that now.
Yes, I would.
Is there any like residual energy coming from this Weirway that is potentially, for lack of a better word, contaminating parts around it?
Yeah, you would know that the investiture of the land becoming Fey-like is because this portal is, this Weirway is just open. And an influence, an arcane influence is spilling out into the realm from here.
I'm going to go on the other side of Sika, being very careful. I mean, he's super careful around the Weirway, I think. I mean, I don't know how much more knowledge he knows about Weirways in general, but I guess he understands that this is a lot. But I think, especially if the ground around the Weirway isn't the actual Weirway, it's just what's the gate of it, you know? I think you're gonna see him like take out like small little tools, and like chip off a piece of like the rock that's around the gate.
Yeah, all right.
Keep that with him, and then like if there's like a piece of ground over here, you're gonna get some ground soil, and then bring that with him. Anything that has been this close to the Weirway to him has potentially innate power that could be used for other means.
Okay.
And he just.
Terrain invested by the Feywild.
Yes, I'm gonna put that in my inventory. He looks at. Don't tell me. Don't tell. Fuck, you tell me.
I said it before the "you don't tell me" came through.
He looks at.
Negative inspiration. Have you no tabletop etiquette?
Listen, I've rolled 2 dice and it's been a 19 and a 20. I'm gonna need the inspiration.
He looks at Ramp and he goes, "Son, what do you get out of all this?"
Roll persuasion.
Ew. Hey, listen, Zito and Kazric are alike in very little ways, but the way we're alike is our negative charisma. I'm gonna use my gay dice.
No.
Gay dice.
Wait, you rolled a 1 and got a 0. Oh no.
I have inspiration. Fuck that.
Yes, you do.
No.
Shut up.
Gay dice. Gay dice. Gay dice. Gay dice. Gay
Just
dice.
like-
gay
just-
dice.
Just like my life usually as a gay man, things hate me at first and then they love me.
Oh, no.
That is a 19.
Helps.
A 19.
Because, again, -1.
Right. I struck out on my own a long time ago. Sorry, I gotta figure out how to word this. I even had the extra time to think about it, but then you rolled a 0 and I just missed it in my brain. How do I word this? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
We're good. Listen, as he's doing it, he's just chipping away more stuff, just making a little collection.
I'm a member of what some would call a cult. I like to think of ourselves as high-minded individuals who follow a powerful entity, and we're so small that we're not allowed to be called a religion.
Yeah,
You've heard of primordials, yes? Jinn and the like.
Yes? Yeah.
There are a few of them who walk this earth still. I happen to know one of them, personally.
You know, Primordial.
Her name is Tati.
Tati!
And she is incredibly wise.
Wise Primordial.
So I'm learning on her behalf in a land where she cannot see.
Robin is raising her hand.
Oh, yes, child.
You mean like the shooting star that you make wishes on? And from the children's book?
That is a core part of her mythos, yes.
Huh. Weird.
And I can't say that I've met many other members. We stay on our toes. Things change for us day to day, it feels like. Some days we're here, some days we shouldn't be. Some days we're welcome, some days we're scorned. And it's left us cautious. And he's mostly talking to Sika at this point. Like, he started with Kazric, and then when he starts saying we, you know to that we seems to, in his mind, include Sika.
Okay.
We have Sika. Her husband to thank for our shape.
Her husband?
Credit to a man.
Our Tati is not very old by the scale of primordials, so she was not yet around. But that's what I love about her.
What's his name?
Mere Sky.
Ew! No!
I
Putting
can now
things
react
together!
Oh.
Tati's husband.
CB, your reactions are literally what keep me DMing some days. Like when a player sits there and goes, "Moo!" It gives me so much serotonin. It gives me all the happy brain chemicals.
Listen, I purposely didn't go watch other Terraform stuff so I can learn this. And I'm like, ooh, this guy, I know him, he's a cunt.
I promise if it wasn't for last season, I'd be with him too in this moment.
Legacy.
Fucking absentee father.
You got kidnapped.
It's a mixed bag for sure.
Yeah, well, Liam Neeson would have found a way.
You know what? You're right. I'm mad at him again.
He tried, but how hard was he trying, you know?
Yeah.
There's a
So-
primordial power couple out there, gang, and they're doing stuff.
So,
welcome.
in this moment, from the knowledge that Sika currently has, is that this person is a Luminen who is part of a cult that's close with Tati. Like, in a good way?
Seems like revere.
Like Tati's,
Yeah.
Tati's warlocks?
Yeah,
Or
seems like
the
cult
children?
worship. Yeah, seems like
Yeah.
you don't know if this is you don't know. You don't know. You don't know this individual's origin with Tati.
But like the way he gets spoke about it makes it seem like he does have a good relationship.
That's
Seems
what
like-
I'm getting at as well.
Like he could be a warlock with Tati as the patron.
Yeah.
Or
And if-
just has a connection.
A warlock fits well because he's working with a entity here, an eldritch entity, and if he understands that, then he might understand warlock pact
But he
bonds and the like.
also spoke druidic, and you can revere a primordial who is an aspect of nature.
There's also a primordial djinn that was just upstairs named Eviosa, who
Eviosa.
was a druid. It was like
Yeah.
an arch druid. So there's all sorts of potential here. It feels natural. It feels a little less D&D and more like a book.
So Sika in this. So Sika is hearing a name that he remembers from the faded vision. At this point, does he get any blah 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 things happen? when
you
he
have
hears
what you remember.
it? Okay. I have like a billion questions, and I'm trying not to like ask them all. Can you talk to them?
Not here.
Where?
I live in Cairn. And you
Where?
have your sending stone. I know you don't have too much time. Looks upwards, but
So I can find you in Cairn?
you can find me in Cairn when my work here is finished.
What more do you need from this? Is there anything I can do to help?
I'm here as long as the Wild Hunt is here. Once they are ready to leave, they will have no more need of my services. And I've been very cautious to ensure my safety in this job.
As right you should. This is going to be a little bit random. Sicko wants to get a little bit closer, not like creepily, but a bit closer, because the fact that he's saying so many things, he really wants to like identify how much of Illuminant like this guy is he real? Is he like an actual thing? And in the picture I saw he's bald, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I see if he has any ethereal hair strands?
Hairless.
So okay, so Sika, this is like I'm going to be very random here. Why do you not have your hair?
Zito, you
I
come
don't know
down
what
the
kind of
stairs.
question that is.
Zito, you come down the stairs.
Do I hear that question?
Yeah.
Some people are just born without hair, Sika.
He, with a sad eyes, gestures to Zito. I just do not have hair.
In a sense, Sika is overjoyed with after the so many years of not seeing another person from him, and feels for the loss of what our hair means and all this stuff. He immediately just takes out one of his daggers and hands him a piece of his hair.
Wow.
He takes it, and you see as he
Is that a
reverently.
reverse microaggression?
No, you see as he takes it and folds it and ties it together carefully and goes, "Thank you."
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Based on what we just saw, it would be very easy for Kazakh to think that hair means something to the Luminen for some reason. Does it seem like Rampant wants hair?
Rampant. It was a sad comment. He was like, "Yeah, I'm unfortunately hairless," and this doesn't fix it, but there is he's not like putting it on his head, but he is taking it as it's seemingly a symbol of a gift that it is important to him in some way, shape, or form.
Do we have 10 minutes?
Nop arrives.
No.
We don't have 10 minutes?
Well, we have a Nop now.
Not 10 minutes.
I mean, that's up to you. It's up to
I
you.
don't know. How quickly? I guess.
Sure, take your 10 minutes, Kazric.
Take it.
10 minutes.
Sick.
Yeah, sorry.
Can I have a strand of your hair, too? I gave you blood! Give him his hair!
So
That is fair.
Rampant would know the significance of the hair and the reason and
He's
the stuff
watching
in
you.
it. Yeah, and so that's why giving it to him is that. Are you trying to make a potion out of Sika?
No, out of the hair. Absolutely. You can see like he's like gutting the ground, sort of splaying some things out. He started to make something that looks actually similar, but you think that he has an idea and he wants to use your hair as an ingredient.
Oh, that's
Makes-
hard. That's a hard choice if I want to give that out to.
I gave you blood. We make hard choices out here.
I'm gonna roll for this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can. He gives you a very tiny, small piece of hair.
Like an eyelash.
Like a tiny piece. So he does it. It'll be one of the glowing strands. You'll still have the glowing essences inside of it, but it's like a
It's like a split end.
So you'll
Right.
get it because like you'll probably get like that much. Okay. And so
Yeah, he will absolutely take and go. Thank you. I'm gonna this is a experimental
I was just expecting you
character.
to eat it.
No, no eating. I'm gonna put it in with some other accoutrement and different herbs and things that I know in salves, whatever. And I formulate in 10 minutes. So whatever can happen in this 10 minutes, but I formulate in 10 minutes, literally a potion of growth using the hair to literally. I'm giving this man a hair transplant. I want to put it on Rampant's head.
Say
literal potion of growth.
make an
Does he even-
Arcana check.
I'm going
Does he
to.
have hair follicles? Because I feel like you just be making the follicles grow. But if he
I
doesn't
might be
have
making this man a
follicles-
wig. We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out.
Rogaine ketchup.
You said
Ren.
make an Arcana check.
Yeah.
21.
Okay.
I'm gonna say if you explained this to Sika what you were doing, he would have given you something more. Just so you know. The hair to the lumen is super important.
Rampant has a very specific choice to make. Yeah. And gives himself the most glorious beard you have ever seen. It is this massive, lush handlebar with a thick, like long beard that goes down to his waist. And he
I just want to say really quickly that as he finished it up and like started getting it, he looked up and said, "Do you know what burning feels like?
birding.
Burning, like burning, like ow."
Like I was 10 minutes ago.
Yes.
It's gonna feel worse than that, because if anybody's ever gone to the barber and gotten the final alcohol after getting that's what he's feeling on his face right now. It is worse than alcohol. It's a demon. We all know
It's rough. It's rough. I've experienced it. Well, so far it's been. And he grabs onto the table next to him for support as this pearlescent white hair grows in this beard that he tucks into his belt, almost like ancient dwarven custom. And he looks to Sika, because Sika would know the gravity of the situation, and then he's gonna go over and squat down next to Kazric and go, "You have done me an unknown magnitude of kindness.
I'd like to experiment. And you look like you wanted some hair. Mine got burned off.
I wish to give you the context in value of a likewise gift." And that's where we're gonna go and end our episode for the night.
Ooh! What am I getting?
Chat, thank you so much for being here tonight. I hope you had fun. I think we're rounding up on we're rounding out this castle, so I think it's safe to say that the party gets their 3 levels.
Yes!
Oh, yeah.
Let's heckin' gore!
What?
Gore! Alright, I'll just go ahead and roll some hit die. The fact that my hit die is only a D6 sucks. It should be a D8.
So I have to roll 3
Yeah.
die and then plus 8, right? That's how it works.
Plus,
Can I make it a D8?
nope. For each die, you add your Constitution modifier.
Okay, so 3 dice of D8s from me,
Mm-hmm.
and then add my 0 Constitution modifier.
3 times. And if you roll under half, you re-roll.
Reroll.
I promise you, chat, that
Half and
Steph
half.
and Taylor and everyone here actually has told me this thing at least 5 times each. For some reason,
Oh,
my
the
brain does not
reroll?
store how
It's
to do
okay.
hit points.
It is okay. It's surprisingly common.
I don't know why I forget it. It's the one.
It is
one
something that
thing.
I uniquely do, so it makes a bit of sense. It's not how most people roll their hit die.
Yeah, Feff doing the re-roll everything under half is not standard.
Yeah. I need you
not at
guys
all.
to be a little beefy.
Oh, I'm a paper twig right now.
But if we were rolling the die the other way, you'd be even papery, potentially.
I would. You are very correct. You are very
Chat, thank you for being here. Do stick around. We're going to be doing a raid, but real quick, I want to shout out these phenomenal creators. You absolutely should be following them. I don't know why you're not, you silly ragamuffins. Do go show them some love, and yeah, if you're not following, do that. Head over to the YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube. It helps us a ton. We got the ad revenue going now over there. And hit up the Discord. Did anyone win bingo?
Nah.
No.
Dang.
Nah.
I have so much.
Yeah.
If anyone in the chat did win bingo, feel free to put it in the Terraform section of the channel and the Discord. Make sure you accept the rules and all that good stuff. And if anybody got any fun memes, I will love those. I think that's it for me. Let me throw it over to Taylor and Tracy as I gear up this raid.
Hi everyone, I'm Taylor and Tracy. Find me everywhere as Taylor and Tracy. I'm the Game Master of Heinefall. Check us out at heinefall.com. I play Robin. She has her brother. He is invisible and you can't touch him unless you're shiny, and he has a sword through his chest, but she has him.
I have acquired a sibling.
Yeah, I have 0 ideas what to do, and I'm glad that I have a week to attempt to be creative to think of what to do. But yeah, I'll pass it off to Omega.
Hi, everybody. My name is Omega Jones, also known as CritBard, who has been Kazric, who at the end of the day will always take a moment to learn something. And I'm glad it paid off here. I also really kind of like the juxtaposition of Kazrick's hesitancy to give up the vial for the blood and Sika's hesitancy to give up the hair. Totally different reasons, but super in character, so just a really nice little touch. And I'm happy that it happened. And also, I'm ready to get the hell out of here. So that's me. Again, follow me everywhere at CritBard. I'm on multiple different shows across the week. I will be at MagicCon in Chicago if anybody's going to that in 2 weeks. And yeah, I will toss it to Shane.
Hi everyone, I'm Shane Whalley. I'm no longer Burnt Little Crisp.
Yay!
Yay! You can find me everywhere on the internet as Shane Whalley, playing Sika, the College of the Road Bard, who has just found another Luminum, which is like, if he had his way, he'd sit there and talk like for years with this person about all the things that they've gone through in their journeys and stuff like that. But understandable that there's other things to be done. So like a cell phone, that Signing Stone's going to be ringing off the hook, and they'll be talking every second that they get. But he's super happy that there was a chance for him to, before the gift of Kazrick, give a piece of his hair to someone who was born without. But now that he has hair, it's really interesting because not only is Rampant with hair, but he is with hair of 2 Luminen, which is very interesting. So now he has like a special beard, which is gorgeous. So yeah, it's a whole lot of stuff. I'm sure you'll learn lore stuff as the story goes on about what that's about. And yeah, Ben.
Hi, my name's Ben Brainard. I've been playing Zito Barbero, the Path of the Knuckle Sandwich Barbarian. It pays to look stupid, I guess.
Sometimes you're the stereotype of being the big dumb meat shield works in your favor.
Yeah, I also feel like at this point, Zito knows that he looks like that and will absolutely use that. Just, I imagine him during his time in the military going, I mean, I would, but that is a smart man's game. That is, show me on my LES where it says but I don't know, he wanted Soren. He was given a goal to find Ilan and Toril. He found them both, technically. Got Ilan out, and I guess there's still travel with Toril. A little bit. That's weird. But the main goal was to get Soren, which we have Soren, and now we just have to find a way to get Soren unstuck and also without the sword in his chest. So
Somehow.
I don't know. I really just want to ask Rampant if in all of his experience with planar travel, has he ever met like a cat and an alligator? Just briefly pop, that kind of thing. Oh boy, I bet if he has, he won't be happy about it. But no one really ever is. But that's it for me. I think everybody else went as well.
All right, gang. We're going to go kick it with the Smoking Barrel Tavern. Phenomenal beans. Good soup all around. I hope you have a phenomenal rest of your night.